own appetite and what we eat. Remember the prophecy of Jesus. He came to give us life and more life abundantly. He cannot give us more life if we will not protect our life against its enemies. Do not try to eat so many different things. One or two good things are all right, even just milk and bread. But it has been tampered with. It is hard to get a pure glass of milk. It is hard to get a pure piece of whole wheat bread. They tamper with everything without any just cause. So do the best you can and eat one meal a day. You will live longer. Eat one meal once every 24 hours and get the right food. Get away from eating a lot of greasy foods and eat more vegetables and fruits. Do not eat freshly baked bread or freshly baked cakes. Eat one meal a day. All right, come on, y'all. Let's talk about that. What do you think about that? That last sentence. Do not eat freshly baked breads or freshly baked cakes.
Well, I thought that the reason for that is because of the yeast. And yeast grows in the heat. It grows in the hot temperatures, and it could cause bacteria. So it's causing I guess like a mutation in your belly when you're eating yeast products.
Mm. Come on, look at that, boy. We got some scientists in this group. Yes. Okay, Isha, what you think about that?
I had no clue on that, so I don't know. But I know what Stephanie's saying sound good, so I'm gonna go with.
Yes, yes. It is. So Stephanie said the yeast, and it does kind of go with it. Sullivan has explained it to me about it, like it's blowing up in your stomach still. So when
Yeah,
it
because
when it's
I'm sorry, I was saying
that's
because
okay.
I went to culinary school, so I'm
Hmm.
just thinking of it in the terms of baking yeast. You put it in something and then you add heat. Your stomach is hot on the
Yeah.
inside, so it's
Hmm.
gonna make it cook. And
Hmm.
that's blowing up. If it yeast make things rise,
That's
you
right.
know.
So
So
basically, causing your stomach to get bloated.
Yes. And not being able to digest things properly. So that's why he gave the teaching of making sure you don't eat it fresh and it's cooked like twice. So that's really big to me because these are things that we just don't hear every day. And we kind of like, just like, and then we can
I
take that.
never heard about cooking bread twice. I never heard that.
Yeah. Yes. Or not eating it freshly baked. Like, don't take it out the oven. You know what I mean?
I honestly
And
heard
eat
the
it.
opposite. That freshly baked bread tastes the best. That you want it when it's freshly baked right out of the
And
oven.
that's the problem. We think about taste, like we do so many things for what our taste buds have been accustomed to, not what is healthy for us. And that's why we're in the condition, that we're in. So
and
if
and I'm sorry, I was gonna say
no, no,
about
no, no, go ahead, Stephanie. I'm done.
training your taste buds. You got to train them to what, like, if you, like, for myself, I used to did not like mangoes. I just couldn't stand I had a bad experience with them when I was young. I ate one. It was just something I wasn't ready for. And I just did not like them from that point on. Now I eat mangoes. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not about whether or not I like mangoes or not. If mangoes help to clear out mucus, I need to eat mangoes. As long as I ain't allergic to it, I need to eat them. So kale and anything else, and your body will naturally start adapting. Your taste buds will adapt. Your taste buds are trained to that sugar and that fatty foods because we trained it that way.
All right, good
So
answer.
train it back.
Good answer. Anything? Hey, Tracy.
Hey.
Anything, Miss Fern, that you want to say about? We just read chapter 3 and 4, How to Eat to Live, and Tracy, I know you already read it, so we're discussing what we thought about it. We're talking about the bread. Remember you was talking about the bread, not eating the
Uh-huh.
fresh bread. Okay, we're talking about that because we just read it, and Stephanie said that she was in culinary. She went to culinary school, and she could kind of understand how like the yeast is kind of like steadily growing in your stomach. You know what I mean? And that's
Yeah.
So, and that's the reason for that. So these are things to help us live longer. And remember, we discussed before, there could be little things that somebody do, you know what I mean, that we could change and live longer. So, and live happy and life more abundantly. Miss Fern, did you have anything to say before we go on?
No, not a thing.
Okay, well, we're gonna move right along to the next part of the discussion, which would have been the snacks. Snacks was what we learned, was we were supposed to talk about snacks, and then we had some questions about snacks. So I'm gonna quickly read this really quick, and then we'll go into the snacks. The tendency to like types of foods or snacks can indicate emotional problems. The food industry makes food that will appeal to the dysfunctional feelings, emotions, and lifestyle of oppressed Africans. The industry uses psychologists to help create emotions and feelings for food and to connect subconscious desires to food. Oppressed African consumers tend to medicate or pacify their feelings with sugar and salt. It is no accident that Blacks are the largest consumer of salty potato chips and have the highest diabetes rate. Caucasian oppression make Black folks dysfunctional, and then Caucasians profit from the dysfunctionality via snack foods. Aside from this, no animal, insect, or plant eats snacks. They eat to satisfy hunger, not to medicate emotions. The following is a partial list of foods and emotions. There are many different combinations of snack foods that cover many types of subconscious desires to be healthy. So the first one is bready, and it says the emotional addictive factor to bready snacks are relieve feelings of insecurity and soothes dissatisfaction. Chewy relieves tension, stress, and need to slow down and unwind. Creamy helps satisfy need to be nurtured and comforted. Crunchy helps relieve anxiety and social pressure caused by cultural abrasion or white control. Salty redirects anger, frustration, violence. Sugary helps satisfy the need to give and or receive love. So anybody got any comments on that before we go to the questions about what they think, or if they think this is true, or if it could be true, or if it sounds like a bunch of baloney? What y'all think about this whole dysfunctionality?
Just I never heard of that before, so that's pretty wow. That's all I got to say about that.
This is look, this is people writing on this experiment of Black people, like knowing like what we go through as a people and trying to help us deal with it. So it is deep.
I mean, I will say I don't really like candy. I'm not a candy person or
Okay.
even really a sweets person, but I do like those Lifesaver Collision gummies.
Okay.
And they chewy. And what you said about the chewy, like the need to slow down, and
Yeah, the need to slow down and unwind.
and that's why I smoke weed. So I feel like maybe.
Yeah, it's true. Like really. Okay, so I like them those licorice candies, and I would like eat the whole bag. I don't eat them anymore because we'll get into this later another time, but y'all, well, I'll tell y'all today too before we end that how much I've been counting my sugar. But so I don't eat them. But I would be stressed or trying to come up with ideas and things, and I would chew on those licorice candies, and because they're relieving tension, I would just eat the whole bag. I wasn't hungry. I didn't need them, but I liked it the way that they felt in my mouth. And then I went and looked. I was like, shit, 3 of them is a serving size. 3 of them is 12 damn grams of sugar. Well, if I didn't ate the whole bag and I ate about 20 pieces, then I didn't ate enough sugar to kill me. You get me? Like maybe not drop dead today, but in my life and in my future, I'm consuming enough to kill me just because I like the feeling of, the tension, getting rid of the tension. So,
It's just
who else want to talk? Isha, okay, go ahead.
it's just crazy to me that someone has went to the lengths to get us under control to figure all this stuff out. Like somebody is like the fact that some did all of this to be like, okay, to just to have some type of control over us and just to basically pacify us to some degree so that we don't think about the obvious things like getting ourselves together as a people. Like we could just sit here and eat chips and be fine for a minute. Almost like giving somebody drugs is how I feel like. It's like, wow, I don't know. That's just kind of mind blowing to me.
It's exactly, you just said it. Yeah, it's exactly, it's a drug. You're right.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. It's because we are naturally leaders, we're naturally fast, we're naturally smart, we're naturally, thinkers. We have melanin in our bodies, we so it's the thing is that when it is like you said, like a drug, to slow us down, to take off your focus, and I won't even just say even just Black people, but just people in general, poor people, if you will, to keep them poor. If you have a poor mindset, there's no way that you can achieve riches, because your mindset is poor. And as our sister Jerry says all the time, your food, what you eat, is the start of what you're thinking and how your mind is going to work. And I can say firsthand that when you're eating clean and healthy, your mind is cleaner, it's healthier, your body is more active, it's not heavy and overloaded. So food is one of the many things that are used to trap people or to use people or to have control over people. Look at my 600-pound life, all these eating shows and diets, and it's all a money game. You know what I mean? Right. It's like, if I can give you, I need you to need me. You know what I'm saying? If I need you, then if you need me, I got the cure for all these problems that I created for you.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically how I see it.
Good answer. Good answer. That was wonderful. Anybody else before we ask the questions about the snacks?
If nobody else has, I wanted to say something else, but I didn't want to overtalk nobody else.
No, go ahead.
I just want to say, I think what you're doing I appreciate what you're doing, Jerry. I think what you're doing is great because, and the reason I wanted to say this before in the other topic about living forever, the reason what gave me that concept was my auntie that was killed. But my auntie from was killed in Arizona. When I was a little girl, I used to watch her, and she was this, people said she was crazy or whatever. But my auntie used to do all this, we called it weird stuff. She was taking all these vitamins and all these herbs, and everybody was like, Aunt Mary, we don't know what she doing, But my Aunt Mary, my Aunt Mary was like in her 60s and 70s and could pass for her 30s and 40s and was still playing tennis and was doing all kind of stuff, and I was able to see that with my own eyes. And we need people like that, especially in this generation and with everything. We need that going on more than ever. So it was a little bit easier for me to get into healthy eating and all that stuff because I seen it for myself. And a lot of us don't. We see like, I don't know, she crazy. I don't know about all that stuff, but I saw it. I seen my auntie still looking fine as I don't know what in her 50s and 60s. She didn't have a BBW. She didn't get all this. She was still looking good and I saw her eating better. I seen it. And that made a difference for me to where when people was talking all that stuff and, Aisha, she eating sticks and berries and what's she doing? And I could, it didn't phase me as much because I had somebody that I saw the difference in. I seen the difference. And it's just so, it makes such a difference when you have somebody in your family or somebody that that you see, what they used to look like before. You've been around them before and you see the transformation. So it's real. But anyway, y'all, you know what I'm saying.
No, that was good. Thank you for that comment. I need to let y'all know too. I'll just re-click on the link because it's gonna end. After when it ends, I'll just send y'all another link. Just get right back on. So the questions is this: what is your favorite snack? Tracy already told us the gummies, right? How about you, Stephanie?
Like unhealthy snack or just snack in general?
Just what's your favorite snack? And do you
Probably
find yourself nuts?
Yeah.
Do you find yourself having the emotion that goes with that snack? So nuts would be under the crunchy.
Yeah, I like nuts. I like to chew.
Okay, so but it would be crunchy, not really chewy.
So what's that mean?
The crunchy was help release anxiety and social pressure.
Yeah, that's probably true.
So okay, so that's true. All right. How about you, Isha? What's your favorite snack? Dates, right?
Dates, and well, I would say dark chocolate is like my little guilty, like, it would be the dark chocolate.
So that would be sugary. Dates and dark chocolate is sugary. So your emotion would be help satisfy the need to give and or receive love. Do you feel that?
Yeah, I can relate
That
to
you
that.
eat it more with that? Okay. How about you, Ms. Fern? Your favorite snack?
Pumpkin seeds.
Pumpkin seeds. So pumpkin seeds would be more crunchy.
Yeah.
Or and salty. Would it? I think the crunchy and salty for you and Stephanie probably. So the crunchy helps release anxiety and social pressure, and then salty redirects anger, frustration, and violence. Is that right?
I don't know so much about the salty. Now it might be. Yes, I don't like it myself, but
yeah. Mine is definitely more sugary, which is help satisfy the need to give and or receive love. And that's definitely me. I do it's over the chewy. I have done the chewy before, which was relieves tension, but my favorite would be the sugary. So I do it the most. Okay. How does your dysfunctional eating habit help the white man's economy?
Because we eat at all these, look, they throwing up fast food restaurants everywhere you go, mixed chickens and shakes and all these different places. They throwing them up. They on every corner. They 4, 5, 6, 7 of them in a row. And they pack. When you go to them, you can't even get through the line. They'll tell you can't even get in because you got to wait an hour and a half. All the fast food, they packed around the corner, around the corner. You don't want to do that. And even like I said, even the sit down restaurants or upper scale restaurants, if you will, they're packed too. So they get making money off of our emotions, basically, because a lot of people eat because they however they feel.
That's right. That's a good answer. Tracy, how are we helping the white man's economy with our dysfunctional eating habits?
I mean, it would be, if anything, I had to say, to be elaborating what Stephanie said, because we like to eat out. I know I definitely like to eat out. I find any occasion to eat out for any reason.
So we have the economy. Quickly,
Tracy, it is tied to that feeling of like when you want to hang out. Eating is part of socializing too.
Yeah.
I know that's one of the big things. The person think is, Oh, well, let's just go eat.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You don't know
Yeah.
nothing else to do. That's why
Right.
we worked out that day. That's why I was like, let's tie in working out with our eating out. So wherever we're gonna do that, we're gonna all that's gonna be a religion for us. If we're gonna go out to eat, if you're gonna go with Miss Blue, we're gonna work out first. Then we can go out to eat. That makes sense? Kind of helps us get into a better mindset of not just socializing with eating. So the last question is, how does our dysfunctional eating habits hurt the African American economy?
Because we're consumers and not because we're consuming. If you're consuming all the time, then you're not buying nothing. You're not creating nothing. You're consuming, which keeps us at the bottom.
Ooh, speaking, come on, that was good, y'all. Well, I got y'all jamming today. We can help some sisters with this here class. Oh, we have to put this on YouTube. Come on. I got the last recording, so I think I'm gonna have to start to put these on YouTube. Make sure everybody this can get out of these sisters' information because it helps. Come on, Tracy, what you got to say?
I don't think I'm necessarily hurting the Black economy at all. I shop with Black businesses, so I ain't doing nothing to hurt it. I ain't doing nothing to hurt it.
Well, I would say, so I would say this. I would say how we heard it is we are people who, although we shop with Black businesses, our dysfunctional eating habits make us spend more on things that we should be saving the money to do something else for us as a whole, our economy. You can go to a white people. I remember I would go to my white friend's house and I'd be like, that's all they gonna put on their plate. We ain't never had that little bit on our plate, but we could be in a poor family with a bigger plate of things that we didn't need. Like we didn't add up the glycemic load. We just ate it. We had no clue. Oh yeah, eat all your food before you get up. We had no clue that the glycemic load that we were putting in our kids and our bodies was above what we're supposed to have for the day. But they did know. So our dysfunctional made us think we had to get more food than someone who did it. So I think that's how we hurt our economy, what we have, which is